think I've ever asked you this in all the 20, I was thinking about it, we've been friends, like really close friends for 20 something, 21 years, 22 years?
Yeah, 22 years.
Because when we became friends fast.
Oh yeah.
Like we kind of threw our typical caution to the wind.
Well, but it has to be said though, I had been a huge fan of yours forever.
Oh.
So meeting you, like, I kind of was just like, oh my gosh, this guy, I get to know this guy whose work I admired and respected so much and who I think is super, super talented. Like as you say that, I have to I gotta say, like, you had a massive pass from me because you were Richard Marx. I was like, no way, do I get to be friends with Richard Marx?
And I appreciate that, but really,
being honest.
Truly, the same was true in reverse because when we met, and I'll tell the story and you can pepper it or you can change it.
Right.
I was a massive fan of yours. So meeting you was like your songwriting and your work had affected me very deeply. So when I met you, you were an important person in my world.
That's
so
right.
I think that,
Thanks.
I guess if only one of those things, if it wasn't mutual admiration, maybe we wouldn't have bonded as much.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Possibly, yeah.
But the question I realized this morning I never asked you is, what came first? You playing guitar or you singing?
Well, it certainly was guitar. So my dad had a nylon string Goya classical guitar that sort of resided in the corner in the living room.
He didn't play?
He played, but it was kind of like, A chord, E chord, very, first position kind of, like folk music, kind of Peter, Paul and Mary kind of thing, And I didn't really ever see him play. And so, which is the reason why this happened, so that when I actually started showing interest in the guitar, I would walk up to it and I would just put it in my lap, like Jeff Healey. Do you remember Jeff Healey, the amazing guitar player?
Sure.
So I would just lay the guitar down flat in my lap and then play it like a harp. Like, I didn't know that you could press your fingers on the frets to make different notes. I thought, and this is, so it's probably illustrative of the fact that my father wasn't really playing guitar, because I would have really probably sort of seen him doing it and then thought, I learned how to play My Best Friend's Girlfriend by the Cars with open strings on the guitar. And that was the first time.
Just the melody?
No, the
Illustrate it.
Sure.
Because didn't you just use illustrative?
I don't know, I might have.
Something.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm gonna move my left hand away from the guitar.
Okay. She's my best friend's girl.
You're always dancing down the street with your suede blue eyes.
And were you singing along when you were?
No.
You were just.
That wasn't my job.
You were just jam.
I just wanted.
So cool.
I just wanted to be the guitar player. That was all I ever really wanted to
But you did it like a lap steel.
Yeah,
like
it was
like a lap guitar.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't really do that well.
It's okay.
No, whatever. You can imagine it.
Yeah.
It's applicable.
So you would just.
Yeah. Turns out that's
with
the only.
With the low E string towards you.
Yeah, low E string towards me. Yeah, and that's the only song you can play. Open like that. There's no other song that can be played like that. But it did. I lucked into it.
Tell that to John Fogerty, but I'm pretty sure
poor
that,
John.
Like all John Fogertys. No, I'm saying that as a compliment.
Oh, okay, good.
That the simplicity of that is what made them classics.
Okay, good.
There is never going to be a millisecond in my life where there's any dissing.
Okay, good.
I'm a massive John Fogerty fan.
I am. I mean, there are great John Fogerty songs. I don't know that I ever did like a deep dive on Creedence or anything like that.
I get it. But yeah, I grew up on that.
But he's John Fogerty.
And his voice is like one of the most, talk about unique and instantly recognized. There's no other voice in history on the planet that sounds like John Fogerty.
True.
Peter Cetera.
True.
There are a couple of singers where the sound of their voice is so identifiable and so
Richard
unique.
Marx.
I don't think so.
Sorry, I do. All night.
Yeah, you can spot me on that one.
I mean, I rest my case.
But I'm saying, like, even Springsteen or Sting or, I mean,
Right.
Rod Stewart, I guess I would put in that category.
Totally.
Like, it's Rod in a second.
But Sting, Sting from the second.
If he's singing
Come
high,
on.
yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, there are a few.
There are lots.
Okay, there's lots.
I mean, there's a ton. Now
Here
that
we
we're,
go.
I mean, it's the
Here
list.
we go.
All
This is why we don't have dinner.
All we need are people. We need to focus on the people who don't sound unique.
Yes. By the way, I sent it to you yesterday or the day before. I texted you there's this pretty old, I think it's 10 years old now, but one of the early Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee episodes is Jerry Seinfeld with Larry David. And that whole episode, I remember when I saw it, I think I called you and I said, you have to watch this because this could be us.
Yeah, I mean.
There is so much, and I feel like I'm Jerry and you're Larry. Well, for the most part. We trade a little bit here and there, but no, sometimes I'm totally Larry too. But there's a scene where they're in this diner and just the interaction, just go to YouTube and look up Jerry Seinfeld, Larry David, food. And there's a little snacking. Yeah, there's a little banter between the two of them that made me genuinely laugh so hard.
Yeah.
But am I wrong that it reminds me of us when we're out doing this?
Yeah, no, it is a similar. There's something about it where we're just at the end of that whatever time, however long we're hanging out. My stomach muscles are sore from laughing always, and. I remember we were driving a SUV around, I want to say it was LA, but I don't know. And we had one of us was driving, the other had the phone camera, whatever. And we had music on.
Oh God, it's on, I think it's on YouTube.
Okay. And I just remember
we were dot switching. We were trying to get to that place that's no longer there in Studio City. We did a TV thing in the morning together. Over on the west side. Gallery. And we were driving to the Artisan Cheese Gallery because I craved the salad that they had there.
Oh, that salad.
And you started filming.
Right.
But we were flipping the dial.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those episodes.
Well, honestly, it's just how we are.
Yeah.
And when you see
no filter.
When you see friends like that, where Larry's bit about the coffee cup could be a teacup.
Yes.
Like, how's it any different to you that I'm drinking tea? You can't even see it. You can't see from where you are. You can't see. It's wonderful.
It's great. Yeah. But I totally digressed into that. So you play it's my best friend's girl.
It probably is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
How does that progress into you being a waiter in a golf club? How does that progress into you going, I'm going to be a musician. I'm going to be a professional? Because you didn't go to school for that.
No.
You majored in psychology?
Psychology, right.
But by the time you go to Emerson?
For college, Georgetown?
Georgetown.
Yeah.
I always say Emerson.
That's all right.
You're clearly on the path. No?
I mean, I don't think so. My family is a very sort of traditional New England family, like a career in the arts.
Too risky.
It's probably not in the cards for most people, right? And so what are you really going to do? What are you going to do to earn a living?
All right, Matthew, if you want to do this music thing, but you got to have a backup plan.
And you got to have a great education and all these things. And in fairness, when I need to say, when I made the call to my parents saying, hey, thanks so much for boarding school. Thanks so much for college. P.S. They paid for all of it. I didn't pay for any of it.
Wow.
Okay. And I made the phone call and I was like, I think I'd like to try to become a professional musician. To their eternal credit, they said, how can we help? I remember my mom said, how can we help? That was what came out of her mouth in that moment. And knowing what I know now about how much it costs I don't have kids, but knowing how much it costs to raise a kid, no chance. I'd have been like, dude, you dreaming? You know it? How about this, big boy? Pay me back every penny that I paid for your stupid education, and then go off and sing some songs somewhere on a cruise ship. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But no, they really just said, we want you to be happy. So, and the other thing that I have to say, so my father took over the family business, which was an electrical wholesale supply company in Worcester, Massachusetts, downtown Worcester, Massachusetts, which has subsequently sort of been revived, and the whole downtown in Worcester is actually doing great, which is amazing. Good. The Pawtucket Red Sox came into Worcester, and now it's like they've got this amazing baseball stadium. The whole downtown is kind of revitalized. At the time, though, it was pretty slow, kind of sad down there, and he did it every day, like slogged it out for 55 years or something crazy like that. And I remember calling him at some point when I was getting ready to graduate from school and saying, hey, Dad, is me taking over the business something that you would sort of think is could be a good idea, or is that something that could be helpful to you? And because he had found that profession, that path to be not terribly fulfilling, albeit he had been able to support us.
Yeah, send you to school and your brother.
So he, both my parents like really took care of us. But he didn't find it to be necessarily like his true calling, I think. And so when I asked him that question, he said, and I heard there was steel in his voice. And there's not usually steel, you know my dad. Yep. There's not usually steel in his voice. He's a very, kind of more like calm, kind of more jovial kind of guy. Yeah. But there was steel in his voice. And he said, the only thing I will ever forbid you from doing is taking over the family business.
Wow.
You have to do what you want to do.
Wow, what a gift.
Yeah.
What a beautiful gift.
Incredible.
Because it would have been so easy for him, even from an ego standpoint.
Yeah.
My son's taking over the business.
Yeah.
And, wow, good for him.
And I probably would have tried to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my mom and dad, they'd been good to me. I want to try to be good to them. Let me try to take over the business. And it would have been the wrong thing for me, very clearly. And when when it was time for me to give this thing a try, they were very receptive and supportive.
Did you ever ask your dad if he could have done anything, what it would have been?
History teacher.
He wanted to be a history teacher.
Yeah, he voraciously reads.
Yeah, he's a really smart guy.
Yeah, super, super smart guy. And I think he would have been an amazing teacher.
Your parents, who have gotten to, not to know, but spent enough time around them.
Yeah. One
of the things that I love most about them, which is a part of this particular conversation, they're not just support, but the way they show up to shows is, I had the same thing with my parents.
Yeah.
But my parents were musicians, so my parents were appreciating what was happening to me on a different level.
Right.
Your parents, the way they show up and the joy that is on their faces, every gig.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're in their hood, they don't miss a gig. So
No.
I mean, they're so not just supportive. It's hard. I'm trying to find the right word. They're celebrating you.
Yeah,
it's really, really
that's
lovely.
beautifully put.
Yeah,
yeah,
good for you.
And I think they do the same
good for them.
They do the same with my brother. I mean, I think they, as a family, we realize like we've.
Well, your brother has a real job.
He does have a real job. Let's be honest.
Let's discuss what your brother does.
So my brother's an ear, nose, and throat facial plastics surgeon, and he does everything from smaller aesthetic things that really make a huge impact on people's lives, to like someone gets hit in the head with a baseball bat and he's like puts their ear back together or something crazy like that. He really changes lives. But I think we realize as a family, like, we've been, knock on marble, beautiful marble, by the way.
Thank you.
Is that marble?
Yep.
All right. I didn't know if it was some other snobby
Pretty
thing.
Sure. Daisy would know for sure. But I'm gonna go marble.
Let's go marble. But yeah, we've been fortunate, and we're appreciative of those things
For sure.
Not without challenges as a family and as people, but Yeah, and they come, and I try not to look at them too much because I start to forget the words. But when my mom and dad are at a show, you know, I can see them singing along, sort of, and I can see a smile, especially on my dad's face, and my mom is almost always just like taking pictures and doing videos and stuff. I mean,
yeah, it's awesome.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.